Your wife said she's not in love with you anymore and you're wondering, how can I regain her love? Well, brother, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be teaching you a system that's not only going to get her to fall back in love with you, but also get her begging you to take her back. So if we haven't met each other before, my name's Luke Finn and I help dads avoid unnecessary divorce and reignite the relationship with their wives. Now make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and smash that bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. Now make sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to get to diagnose your marriage and learn what it's going to take to reconcile and discover the #1 hidden roadblock currently preventing you from reconciling with your wife. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So first off guys, there is no quick fix for your situation. I know you want her to fall back in love with you straight away, but that's just unrealistic. It's literally taken her years to get this point. There is no quick fix. What it's going to require is it's going to require time, effort, and most importantly, the right process. And I'm excited today, guys, because I'm going to be sharing you my proven process that's going to get her begging you to take her back. So before we go there though, there are definitely things that you should not do if you want to regain your wife's love and reconcile with her. Now, if you've done any of these things, guys, drop a comment. Let me know that if you've done this. We need to take ownership if you want to move forward. And I also want to let you know that if you've done these things, it's not end game. You can still reconcile, but I'd rather that you don't do this. So let's get into them right now. So the first thing you should definitely not do is write a letter explaining to her, you know, your feelings and your realizations. I know you feel like you're speaking from your heart, you're going to connect with her. That's not what's going to happen. It's just going to come across needy and it's going to push her further away. So do not write a letter explaining your feelings and realizations. Number 2 is stop bringing up the relationship. You're just being pushy. She doesn't want to talk about it. She's really done. She says she doesn't love you. She really feels that way. Bringing up the relationship is not helping. Number 3 is stop looking to her for words of affirmation and hope. She's like not going to cheer you on. She really does not love you anymore. She's fallen out of love, but you can regain her love. But you got to stop looking to her for those signs. She's not going to give them to you. And if you keep looking to her for those signs, you're on this emotional roller coaster. Some days you feel like it's going to be possible to reconcile, and other days you're like, it's done. That's not helpful, guys. You can reconcile with the right process. And number 4 is doing Hail Marys. A Hail Mary is when you think, okay, I'm going to do this one big gesture and it's going to show her how much I love her and she's going to take me back. So that might be writing a letter, going on holidays, planning trips, you know, buying her a big gift. Guys, don't do these Hail Marys. This requires a process. It requires time. It's not like a one-shot fix, a silver bullet. This is not going to help you. So do not do these 4 things. So with all that being said, I'm going to teach you guys the 4 phases that I teach my clients when they come into the program. I'm really excited. I haven't shown this before. I'm really going into the detail of really what my clients go through so that you can start implementing it and regain the love of your wife. All right, so first phase, when my clients come into my program, they go into phase 1. And the phase 1 is emotional mastery. And emotional mastery, the first step is teaching them to process and release the panic, sadness, anger, and resentment. Guys, you didn't see this coming. You've got a lot of emotions at the moment and you have to process them, right? And I cover this in the masterclass, so you need to stick around to the end where I'm going to go into this in more detail, how you can process these emotions in the most effective, holistic manner. And so you need to process these emotions, because if you don't, you keep acting out of anger, you keep acting out of sadness and panic, and all that does is push her further and further away. So you need to become stable with your emotions. You need to be able to self-regulate your emotions so you're not blowing up, getting really sad, crying, breaking down. This is a really, really important part, and it's the first thing that I work with my clients. Number 2 then is, this is exactly what I tell my clients. You got to detach from your wife, guys. You know, stop trying to sit around. If you're separated at the moment, you're trying to sit around when you drop the kids back to have that conversation with her. You're looking for opportunities to show her that you've changed. The first thing you need to do is detach from your wife. She needs space and you need space. You need space to heal, brother. And we need to break this pursuer pattern. You currently got this dynamic in your relationship where, because she said she's done, you've turned into the pursuer. So you're pursuing her, like seeing where she's at, what she's doing, when does she have time. Guys, you got to stop this. And this is why I tell my clients for like the first 2 months when they come into the program is detach from your wife. Stop reaching out to her. Now, this is not the same as no contact. What you need to do is tell your wife, just say, listen, look, I'm focusing on myself right now. If you need anything, I'm always available, but you just won't be hearing from me as much as usual, all right? And you need to break this pursuer dynamic because it's just pushy. She feels like, she's in control, because she is, because you probably just take her back like that. You need to break that dynamic. We need to break that pursuer dynamic. And the best way to do that is detach from your wife and focus on releasing and processing the emotions that you have at the moment. And the third thing is when you do all this, you start shifting into becoming a strong and independent man. You're no longer looking to her for validation. This is so important, guys. I cannot overstate how important this is. You need to become a strong, independent man that's going to attract her back in. So then let's move on to phase 2. Phase 2 is mindset mastery. Very, very important. Once you've got emotional mastery locked in, we then move on to mindset mastery. And in mindset mastery, we're going to shift your focus from looking to her the whole time for signs of hope. She's not going to give you signs of hope. It's one of the first things I tell my clients. Stop looking to your wife for signs of hope. Focus on the things that you can control. So you can see there I've got TEAR, and TEAR stands for thoughts, emotions, actions, and results. There's 4 things that you can control. And my clients focus on what they can control rather than, oh my God, she's on her phone. Oh my God, she's chatting with some guy. Oh my God, she's going on a date. Oh my God, that relationship with that other man seems to be getting stronger. We detach from that altogether and you focus on 100% on you. And you start celebrating the real wins. You're not going to be celebrating when she unblocks you from social media. These are like superficial wins which are going to happen when you become a magnetic man, a strong, independent magnetic man. What you celebrate are the real wins. So the real win is like how you go into a conversation that in the past would have been really difficult and you navigate it effortlessly. Or your kid starts telling you, you're the best dad in the world. These are real wins that you've done, and these are the things that you need to be celebrating. And finally, what you need to do is you need to reclaim your power, right? The mindset mastery is all about reclaiming your power. Stop being needy and weak and become strong and independent. And by the way you reclaim your power is realize that your wife has not solved her problem right now. Her leaving you or saying she's not in love with you anymore has not solved her problem. She thinks it has, but it really hasn't, guys. If she gets into another relationship, she's still going to have to do the work on herself. This work that I'm showing you today is the real work that you need to do that will attract her back in. She also needs to do the work for herself, right? And so with the mindset mastery, you start shifting to realizing that she has not solved her problem by moving on to someone else or saying she's not in love with you. You need to focus on that all roads lead to you. When you do this work and apply this process that I'm teaching you today and take the steps, take the time and the effort, you'll start to realize that all roads lead back to you, right? They all lead back to you. You can create this new unbreakable marriage that's deeply intimate with your wife, okay? Now, I've created a different training on this mindset mastery where I go into a bit more detail. I'm going to link it above. It's about the accelerator mindset. If you want to watch that, I'm going to put the link above now. Now, let's move on to phase 3. In phase 3, it's all about communication mastery. So you've got your emotional mastery locked in. You've got your mindset mastery locked in. Now we start focusing on communication mastery, all right? And in communication mastery, you're rebuilding the emotional safety. Emotional safety has been eroded in your relationship through fights, lack of trust, not showing up the way you should have done. And we need to rebuild that, right? And we rebuild it by de-escalating arguments masterfully. So you're going to learn how to de-escalate situations, how to communicate from your heart, how to stop being defensive. And now, guys, I teach all this in my communication guide. You can check down in the details. You'll find the link to my communication guide there, which will help you start to navigate these arguments more masterfully. Now, step number 2 then is once you've started to rebuild the emotional safety by de-escalating arguments in the relationship, it's now important, guys, that you start initiating conversations that are not comfortable, because you're going to call your wife out on her bullshit, things that you're not happy about. You believe that you're going to become, you're going to reconcile with her by becoming best friends with her. That's not the way it works, guys. You need to raise the bar in your relationship. Your relationship before wasn't perfect. By you doing the work, you're going to create this perfect relationship. And that you need to start showing up that way. So all my clients start having difficult conversations with their wife, starting sensitive subjects, I call it. And you can find that down below. That communication guide is all about that, about how you can raise that bar. So check down in the description, you'll find that link to that communication guide for how you can start sensitive subjects in an empowered way. Now what's really important, guys, as I take you through this process, it's literally a process from A to Z. So 1, 2, it's a step-by-step process. You do not skip these steps. If you start initiating conversations on sensitive subjects right off the bat, saying, look, yeah, well, you never really gave me attention or paid me attention. You're always just more interested in the kids. Guys, you're done. You're not going to save your marriage, and she's not going to fall back in love with you. Everything that I'm teaching you today, guys, has to be done one after another. So please do not go and start these sensitive subjects with your wife until you've got your emotional mastery dialed in, until you've got the mindset mastery dialed in, and until you've rebuilt trust in your relationship. It's really important, guys. I cannot overstate how important that is, okay? So that's the third thing, guys. What you're doing then is by having these difficult conversations, you're no longer trying to please her. You're no longer being the show pony. You're having these difficult conversations. You're raising the bar. And what you're doing here, guys, very important, is you're shifting the balance of power in the relationship. Up until this point, she's felt you just chasing after her and that you'll just take her back at any moment. Guys, I would not recommend you to do that. You should not be running back to your wife, take me back, take me back. No, there was something seriously wrong in the relationship. I know you love your wife. You can regain her love, but you need to create this unbreakable marriage. A marriage that's much better than it was ever before. And by following these steps, you shift the balance of power. You've been way too needy, brother. And by having these tough conversations, you raise the bar and she starts following suit, right? She starts seeing, wow, he's talking about difficult conversations. Wow, he's so calm. When I talked about this topic about the finances before, in the past he would have blown up. Now he's so calm and he's taking leadership and leading me through this conversation, and we're finding solutions together, right? That's a totally different dynamic, all right? Then let's move on to the final phase, phase 4, which is confidence. So confidence mastery. And here, you start feeling magnetic, all right? You've got your emotional mastery dialed in, you've got your mindset mastery dialed in, and you've got your communication mastery dialed in. You feel magnetic. And you feel magnetic because you're just feeling really confident. Everything's coming together for you. And guess what, guys? What happens in this? Your wife starts paying attention. She wants your attention. And not just your wife. It's crazy. You'll start to see other women wanting to be around you, looking for your attention, and you just feel absolutely great. You feel like you're on fire in a very good way. And in this phase, this is like basically the final phase before you reconcile with your wife. And this is where you start becoming playful and flirty with your communication. So she's going to be chasing, you're going to notice it. Like, this is exactly happening at the moment with my client Love. He came into the program back in summer of this year, and his wife completely checked out of the marriage, blocked him on social media, seeing another guy, not interested, filing for divorce. Guess what's happening now, guys? So he's applied exactly the same process that I'm teaching you today. His wife has obviously reconnected with him on social media, which doesn't really matter either way, but she's sending him messages all the time. She's sending him videos. She's told him that she loves him. And he just had his birthday the other day, and she sent him a big birthday card telling him that she loves him. Now she's sending him videos about how she loves him, and he's now just magnetic. He's in the final phase before he reconciles with his wife. And what's really cool is when you apply this process, you're not the one going, so please take me back. You get to define, just like my client Love, you get to define how and when you're going to reconcile with your wife. Now at the moment that might seem completely foreign to you and kind of crazy, but when you go through this process, guys, this becomes really, really clear. All right? And the final stage is reconnection. You get to reconcile with your wife. You've regained her love. And either, it happens in two ways. Either she's so crazy about you that she just asks you to take her back, and then you should definitely consider at this point, do you want to take her back? The answer is yes. Then there needs to be some steps there, guys. Is she going to get some counseling? Is there going to be some therapy there? Because especially if she's had an affair, there needs to be some healing done, all right? So when she says she wants to come back, great. Start working on it, start dating her, and take it slowly, guys. I know the big thing that you want is just to be back together. I would highly recommend that when she comes out and she wants to reconcile with you, take your time, start dating, rebuild slowly and in the confident manner, because you're just going to feel like you're on fire, ridiculously magnetic. There's no rush here, guys. Take it slowly and enjoy the process of dating your wife again and creating this unbreakable marriage where it's never going to happen again. You're never going to end up in this situation again. Or the second thing is, once she's showing you the signs that she loves you, but she's maybe a little bit shy and she doesn't know how to put it, the reconciliation, she doesn't know how to approach the reconciliation. This is where you step up with your confidence and you use the same communication framework that I have linked down in the description, the Triple S framework. You need to use that communication guide where you have a conversation with your wife and go, listen, look, Sarah, I know things weren't great in our relationship, but I know we got this. We are both on a different level now. We should go and do this. Let's go give it another shot. Guys, when it gets to this final phase, you need to be confident. Your wife, she might still have some hesitation. She might be like, but will he just change? If I take him back, will he just change back to the way he was? There might be a little bit of doubt. If you're following my process, it's probably not going to happen. But if there's any doubt there, you need to talk about it and you just need to be confident. Say, look, I know you might be a little bit worried about it, but we got this. I'm at a whole nother level, you're at a whole nother level, let's do this, let's go for it, let's start dating again, right? So that's the final thing. And they're the 4 phases in the system, the ARC system, that my clients use to regain the love of their wife and reconcile in some of the most dire situations. So, I promised you at the beginning of this video that you're going to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to get to begin your journey of emotional mastery, guys. You can be excited about that. So you can start showing up as the empowered man that your wife needs. And you're going to get to discover the number 1 reason why your wife has said she's not in love with you anymore. So what you can do, guys, check down. You're also going to get to diagnose your marriage and learn what it's going to take to reconcile. So check down, guys. The link is down in the description. Sign up for that free masterclass and begin your journey of emotional self-mastery. So, if you haven't done so before, guys, also I want to extend to you an invitation to join my marriage support group for dads. It's a free Facebook group where I've got a wonderful community of dads, so completely committed to creating an unbreakable marriage. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. The link's back down below. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments. And if you found this video valuable, do me a favor. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and smash that bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. So with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.